Welcome to the Baller Mom Feature Series page podcast show. My name is Gifty. I'm the founder of Baller Mom, and welcome. In today's episode, to pick today's topic of discussion, I want to take us back. Okay, I want to take us back to our first time having our kids play the sports that they do, especially in basketball or soccer. I want to take us back to remember those special moments because I'm doing this episode for the parents who have now finished their first season ever playing a competitive sport, and now they want more. They see the joy in their kids' face, and they want the next level. They see what other older kids or other kids are doing, and they're traveling and everything. But before we get there, I just want to make sure we need to take a step back and see where we started and appreciate the journey that we have been on, the journey that you're going to be on if this is your first time or second time where you're trying to get to it. And I want to make sure that as I talk about this, I'm sharing different tips and different ideas that I have experienced along with some of the other moms and dads that I've come across. And based on, knowledge and experience, I want to help, especially those who are transitioning from non-competitive and you are stepping into the competitive realm. The comparison between the two, what to expect, how it's going to be, and overall how to keep the love of the game keep going. So keep listening, keep watching, and thank you for being here and being on my space here. This is Gifty. Stay tuned. So, taking back. When was the first time that your kid showed interest in sports? Was it you that introduced them, or was it them that introduced you to the game of the sports that they're playing? Sometimes it's hard to think about it when you've been in it for so long, but I wanted to help those who are transitioning from what we call here in Canada, house league. You have been in a consistent place, developing and learning the skills. The best part about the house league is that it's the same location all the time, same day, same time. You're playing different people all the time, but the consistency is there. You see it, they do end of season. Some of the clubs are doing such great things where they have end of season, finals, playoffs. Give you that feel that you're part of the team, and it's beautiful. You get your uniforms. They get, most improved players, most valuable players, merit awards, a whole bunch of different things just to make you feel that you are an athlete, because frankly, you are, even though you're starting out. So kudos to all the moms and dads and all the kids who just completed their first year, first season of playing in a development league, okay? For those who want to take it to the next level, those who want to try for a rep team or a competitive team or an amateur team, congratulations. I definitely applaud you to keep pushing forward, to go to the next level and challenge yourself. See how it feels to be on a different type of team. See how it feels to play with other players or different levels. I applaud you, and I keep helping and pushing you forward to be the best that you can be. Okay? So for me, what I say is take back. We transitioned from house league to competitive. And it was, let me tell you, a bit of a day and night. What happened when you get into the competitive side is there's different levels. You have to understand there's single A, triple A, double A, whatever, or if it's by division, division 1, division 2, division 3, all the way to division 10, 12, whatever it is. What that means is the lower the number, the more competitive it is. So if you're in Division 1, it's expected that you're playing at a very competitive level, well-skilled, well-knowledge, well-understood. Compared to somebody who's in Division 8 or Division 10, who's just starting, or maybe based on what the coach or the managers decided, they're still in that early development stage. Nothing wrong between either levels. Nothing wrong between which divisions that you're at. What matters is the skill level and the love that you as a child, as an athlete is putting into, that you as a parent is willing to dedicate those time to help them to get to the next level. Now, the house league, there's equal play. There's a lot of different clubs that provide you equal play. That means 5 guys on, 5 guys off. We rotate. Everybody gets 20 minutes each. Everybody gets 10 minutes each. Everybody gets 5 minutes each. It's beautiful because you can always schedule your recording to know when your kid is on and get them recorded and have that few play time, unless they get into foul trouble and they get sit out, and that's great. But when you get into the competitive level, which is what I want to talk a little bit more about, is you have to earn your spot. Okay, it's not guaranteed, and it took a while for us to understand that, because you're coming from a team where, oh, you're on, great, oh, you're on, great, and you're always playing. But now it's like, wait, I have to sit on the bench for how long? Wait, they're not gonna get picked up every minute. Wait, they're not starting, he's not finishing. Oh, isn't it his turn to sub? It's different. It doesn't work that way. And I want to make sure that hopefully whatever club that you're in, as you're transitioning from the development into the competitive, whoever is helping you, whichever coach, whichever manager, whichever other parents that's calling you in, explain these rules to you so you do not feel that you were thrown under the bus. You do not feel that you are wasting your time and money. You do not feel that your child skill is not being utilized. And mind you, it doesn't guarantee that even though you earn those spots, it will always stay there. And that's something that we have been learning as we continue to grow, and it gets tougher and tougher as you get older and more competitive at different stages that you play. So if you're a parent whose child just finished their first season of basketball, okay, first season of competitive, you done your provincial, you done your regional, you done everything, you finished second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever it is, congratulations. Honestly, it's great. Now you want to play at the rep competitive level. These levels, what happens is that they don't give everybody the same starting points. The game is 24 minutes, let's say. Your child may get 2 minutes depending on his skill level. Your child may get full 20 minutes depending on his skill level. What you need to understand is you have to be willing to talk to the coach to understand where your child falls in within that team, where your child falls in within the skills. And these are hard conversations sometimes to have, depending on the honesty that we have on our kids. Sometimes we may feel like, oh my God, you can do it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to. Whatever it is, you have to be willing to open and have these conversations with the coach as well as your kid. Because if your team is now in a competitive level where you're playing, let's say, Division 3, and you previously just finished in Division 5 or Division 8, expect the competition to be more tougher and more challenging, but it's also rewarding. So push yourself forward to let your kids do it, and fight for them to be able to talk to their coaches. What happens at the competitive level is that you have to be willing to also put in extra training, extra skills, extra time for them to continue to develop it. And that's where it comes in to say, okay, he's in the gym all the time. He's training. She's doing this. How come he's not earning the spots in the minutes? Because when you get there, these rules are not shared. So I'm trying to clarify to you what you have to play. Even if you're deciding to stay in a development level, please continue to have your child earn their spot. But doesn't mean they don't deserve it, because there's a lot of players that deserve it, but the coaches, for whatever reason, don't give it to them. They feel like they have to fight for it. They have another guy who's stronger. All these words come in, my strong guy, my strong girls, my this, my that. Understand where your child is and have these conversations with your child and say, okay, in the game, there's 24 minutes allotted. We're aiming for you to get about 5 to 10 minutes. Start with 2, start with 1. But whatever it is, when you are on that court or on that field for 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is, do the best that you can to execute, okay? Yes, the game might change. The flow of the game might change. You might get benched out. You might get sit down or anything like that. But let's continue to talk to the kids. I just wanted to be clear on it because I remember I had posted once about this, talk about it, and there was a lot of back and forth about some coaches saying, I do not guarantee everybody a spot to play so that you can always play equal play. You're on my team, but I will play based on who we're facing. Mind you, these are competitive Elite 1, Elite Division 1, Division 2 type of teams. I'm talking about those who are transitioning from Division 8 thinking it's all nice and honky-dory because we just won, silver, we won gold, we won this, and that, and it's great. The fun at that stage is there, and I want it to continue. So when you're getting into these Division 1, Division 2, AA, AAA, whatever A level that you are, so you're aiming to, understand it's a dog eats world. Dog eats dog world, as they call it. You have to fight for your spot. You have to fight for your minute. You have to fight for your opportunity to continue to get the shine that you're looking for, the skills and development that you're looking for. When you get to these stages, it's not so much about development as much no more as to just owning on the skill that you have as a team. It's not so much of you as an individual, as a player, but more as a team. So it's up to us parents to add additional training for our kids to continue working outside with their team. So when they're in with their team, they can bring those skills in and they're strong in themselves. It's hard, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of work, but that's something that you have to be willing to look into. So I want to share this quick bit, for all the parents that's been reaching out, we just finished our first house league. My son, my daughter did great. We want to try out for this team and we want to see what's going on. I'm praying that you all make the team that you want to make, get on it. And I pray you get the opportunity to play and showcase the skill that you have, but also know that it's not 100% guaranteed. As much as it hurts me to say it, it's so hard to see your child do so well in practice, so well in training, and then you go to a competition and they're sitting on the bench for majority of the time. It's very heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. There's ways to talk to coaches. There's ways to talk to your child. By the end of the day, it's like, I didn't get to record anything. I didn't drive this way for this. There's so many different, and it's a hard feeling. So I want to bring it back to us parents and to those who are just about to start to get into that. Before you do, understand these things. Just understand that it's not guaranteed. Your time is not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed equal play. You're not guaranteed equal time on the spot. You are part of a team, and as a unit, you are expected to be part of the team, whether you are always the one playing or not. There's politics everywhere, and there's different ways to go about it, and I can go deep in it, but I don't want to, because every team, every manager, every coach has their perspective of how they manage their team. But I'm talking to my fellow parents and my fellow, the players who really want to get into this competitive level so they can get their highlights and their videos and show it to their family and friends that was in the team. Just know that you have to always play every single opportunity you have as if it's your last. I always tell that to my boys. Every 2 minutes you get, play like it's your last 2 minutes. Every 3 minutes you get, play like it's your last 3 minutes. Just try not to foul out. Follow the rule of what the coach is and do it. And I have to most often, swallow my pride, be like, oh my God, they didn't get to play that much. That's okay. But it's a development that or the opportunity to keep getting extra minutes as they progress. And mind you, from when we started to where we are now, it's getting much better because also with different teams, different experience, and the long years that they've been put into. So if this is your first year that you just finishing a development team and now you want to get into the competitive, 3 things I wanted to be aware of as my takeaway for this short, quick talk is understand your child's mental state if they do not get the chance to go on the court. Are they okay? Not you. Are they okay? And how do you handle it? Because it's different for everybody. 2, are they willing to be part of the team? And if so, for how long? Knowing that they're a team player and not a team leader. Okay, so understand your child's personality. Are they a role player or a leader? And see where these benefits and cost benefits is supporting or hindering them based on the team that they've made on. And 3, have these open kind of conversation with the coach. We're transitioning from a development team. It is our first year. I get it. You have an existing players or this is new, whatever it is. Have clarity what the expectation is with your coach and keep that conversation going. Give it full season to complete it if possible. Depending on how the assessment is, if you feel it's not working for you, you do not feel obligated to stick around. By all means, pack your bags, pause it, go back to house league, go to a different team, go to a trainer, go to a coach, go do something that will help your child continue to develop so they're still moving and being active. These 3 things I feel will help. Understand that once you get into competitive level, it's not free for all. You definitely have to earn it. There's pros and cons to those, which I won't get into today, but that might just little tidbit telling everyone that are transitioning from your development and you want to get into the competitive, the dog eats dog world, not everybody gets equal play time. You have to earn it. Understand what that earned time means. Be a team player. Understand your child's emotional and mental state based on where they fall within the team, and work with your child. I think that's the first and foremost. We have to be willing to open with our child first, because as much as I want to be a mama bear and jump in, I also have to take a pause back and also see where they fall in, see what they're willing to push through. And you'll be surprised. They teach us so much each and every day that sometimes we have to calm down, and sometimes we have to say, no, we're going to take over. So understand where your child's level is and where you feel fits best for them on the team. So before you accept that role into that team, understand that they're going to have to earn those spots. I hate saying it, but that's the life of it. And I think a lot of people did not get told that in the beginning. And that's what a lot of us, even though we're told, you don't understand it until you go through it. And it's one of those heart-wrenching feeling that you can see your child just sit on a bench of 15 players. And he's not getting the opportunity. A bench of 10 players, he's not getting an opportunity for whatever the reason is. So for that, first season, first quarter, I would say, have a good conversation with your child before you accept into that competitive team. Give yourself that opportunity to understand that this may or may not work based on your expectation, and have that open conversation with your kid. I always throw it back. If we're honest with ourselves and our kids, and we pray on it, at some point, there is that one team, that one coach, that one spot that is always available somewhere for somebody. It may take a while, but you will get there. And that's it. So it wasn't, I wasn't coming here to go on crazy about everything, but I want to congratulate all the players and all the parents that have completed their first, their season in whatever development, or even either competitive by a different level, and you're aiming to go to the next level. Keep pushing forward, keep moving it. You got this. Don't give up. It's hard, but it takes time. And trust me, there's a team somewhere for every single person. Don't get it twisted. There's a team that wants you somewhere. It takes a while to get it sometimes, and sometimes it takes it easy for some people, but there is something out there for you. Everybody belongs, and I equally agree to that. I try not to focus on the negativity. I try to be on the positive side, no matter how much sometimes it irks me. But yeah, so my whole goal here is to just give a tidbit of understanding the transition from development to competitive. It's a dog-eat-dog world. They're not there to fully 100% develop you, but they're also there to help you. So once we understand that, it helps us. That's it for me. As I said, I will have this shared on my Instagram, my YouTube, and as well as the podcast. And I'm also going to have a script for it, as well as a PDF format to be shared for those that are looking to download it and read it as a way to guide them on this journey while they're thinking about the summer season, or getting ready for the next fall, winter season. So this is Gifty again from Baller Mom. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is the Baller Mom feature series. There'll be days I may have other guests, and when the days I don't have guests, I bring it in and they say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about transitioning from development into competitive, and the pros and cons aspect of it. And hopefully I answer some of your questions. I've been getting a lot. And if not, message me, email me, ballermomcanada@gmail.com, or my website, ballermom.ca, or any of my social media at ballermomcanada. So thank you guys. Thank you. Let's continue to support, cheer, and unite. Bye.